Alliance of Sahel States. Almost first, no second edition of their sports and cultural festival.
Okay.
And they invited Ghana and a Calibi volleyball sport, and I represented.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Until the envoy, special envoy, office had to reach out for support from the Chief of Staff, the Ministry of Youth and Sports, and the Burkina Faso ambassador in Ghana. Until Nura say STC etimi Ebuamo with a bus.
Oh, okay.
And as I speak to you, they are just entering the Burkina Faso territory. And Yamidina Masreno, there is another A before the yellow.
Okay.
You know, say a nama caricature. It's Amba Ta Yella.
Okay.
TTAA. So clearly, Nkanya Omwa, the team will not go. But there is an exciting aspect of it. Alliance of Sahel State. Ghana is not part of the alliance. It is Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger.
Okay.
But if he say Ghana share close ties with Burkina Faso, by extension Mali and Niger. When we say just when you cross Boko, you are going to Niger. The Burkina, the Niger. Ofa Haseya, through Hamele or through Tumu Leu, you are entering into Burkina Faso. So from the east and from the west of the north, you have link with Niger and Burkina Faso. And from Burkina Faso, you are going to Mali. Okay. These three countries are, Omufi said, they are seeking total liberation from France. Omumpe said they should become a colony of France any longer. Omo impenium for through the military, Omoji Tumie, and they are severing relationship with France. France etimi ekachire omo openly say yebema ECOWAS a sanction mo. Omo timi kachire omo say yebema African Union a sanction mo. Then omo kawie no na ECOWAS led by President Akufo-Addo abe sanction omo ewa Accra. Inti mo sanction omo ewie no and omo fa omo adwin say dabi. ECOWAS is not living up to this self-declaration now, until they are standing by their own.
Okay.
In the course of that, President John Dramani Mahama Eka say, look, let us put a special envoy. Now share what we can do. Bring them back or understand Nientia or Mompese or Monka Ekuasun. Because Ekuas sacked them and they don't want to be alone until Omaka boom. And I think that it is that special envoy that President Mahama created and Emma or more confidence that they can now begin to rely on Ghana even in the sporting field.
Sure.
Intina Omo invitee team. No? So I want to thank the special envoy, the Chief of Staff, the Minister for Youth and Sports, Kofi Adam, and the Chief for the State Transport Corporation and our company now for the effort they have made for the team to be on their way to Burkina Faso to participate in the Alliance's Sports Festival.
Okay.
Near AC at the bar conference in the Upper West region. Many loyalty, I was not invited. And because that is my home ground.
Yeah.
And naturally we should all be there to give them the impetus and the encouragement. Say, Ejuma Omoye, Ebimu, Enye, but Ebimu Suye. There are very good lawyers and there are very terrible lawyers. In fact, there are very good judges and there are very terrible judges. Now, say we could share a very bad lawyer. One year, your case is as worse than going to the toilet. Now, some of the judges uses their influences to even snatch people's properties. And the entire image of the judiciary is dented. Ebi mutimi kwaje aponche. No mabecha case in a certain manner that is not logical. Ebi mutimi kwaje akokonam and I confirm. And petty things that gifts that they get in order that they can caricature justice. But near AC or the bar conference, I think that was self-cleansing.
Okay.
Yeah, it was self-cleansing. And I've seen this in countless regimes. The Ghana Bar Association, the Catholic Bishops' Conference, and the Christian Council, probably to some extent the National Union of Ghana Students, say ba omaimu na se omokasa, you know that voice of reasoning, voice of conscience have spoken.
Yeah.
So, you used to be listening and waiting for the statement from the Ghana Bar Association on the path of our governance. Utia, you measure near Omoakano, and you measure what is happening, and you know that Ghana Bar Association, they have spoken. A Bar National Union of Ghana Students are. Those days, I think governments used to fear the National Union of Ghana Students than any other institution in this country. But the school for SRC or Monye Bibia, the entire nation come to a standstill.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the introduction of partisanship in our student leadership, ama student leaders, say yamfa omunya. Those days, say Nook's president, Nook's Air Kwakoshia, government was terrified. Government, they are what say Nook's Air meeting. You were terrified because you don't know what pronouncement Nooks will be making. And the pronouncement will have serious effect on your leadership. Who was the general secretary of Nooks, had to suffer crashes because you are going to meet Omunim say, you can call for a nationwide demonstration and the government will become unpopular. So student leadership was strong. And I can tell you that I feel sad that we were also part of student leadership. Then you come to, your friend is saying, the Ghana Bar Association. The Ghana Bar Association stopped speaking anything sensible since President Akufo-Addo took over. I have no retraction. They stopped speaking anything sensible. They started speaking like they were a wing of the New Patriotic Party. When you have an institution that anchors every shade of opinion, now Omokasa B, said they simply want to further the interests of one political side. That institution loses every respect and every relevance. And that is where the Ghana Bar Association is reaching. Andrew Hankrampono. Now, what Brew? The old man is not feeling good. But what Bruno? Okay. Now, Obeda Samwa. The Ghana Bar Association was having serious problems with the government. And they were up in arms, taking government, Jerry Rawlings' government, on many issues. At the Bar Association, normally, it has to take the Attorney General and the President of the Ghana Bar Association to come and endorse the new students. The minister will not go. Attorney General no uncle. The Ghana Bar Association so say Attorney General Beba almost omumba. So that tussle. That year, it had to take, I think, Darocha to sign, say, Onosu a senior member, for the new students to come out. Worst of all, what drew Echo Court. And Oka said, the Bar Association is a voluntary organization. Associations are voluntary. So, me a lawyer na me a member of the Ghana Bar Association. So, me it's not compulsory.
Yeah.
Until also at the bar, a buyer, unim Bar Association of Ghana back. And he formed it. And I recall that Nipa Mienu and no more members of the association. Neyere ene onankasa. So as to rival the Ghana Bar Association, they formed the Bar Association of Ghana. Because the Ghana Bar Association is voluntary. Along the line, Ghana Bar Association, ever done a wing of the New Patriotic Party, Ninti. You recall that a segment of the society even went and met the Speaker of Parliament now. Said they want to also form the Progressive Bar Association of Ghana.
Yeah, okay.
Say, during the say, then it means that leadership has to start doing introspection. Because baby amode econo, PNC for your lawyers, PNC for your judges. There are people who sympathizes with NDC, CPP, Movement for Change, and now omoye lawyers and omoye judges.
Yeah.
They believe in the ideological standings of different political parties. But say, oh, the leadership, it doesn't mean that they should carry their ideological understanding into the dispensation of their leadership. Otherwise, Yabako judges, no, they will be preaching, Muslims, no, they will be doing Muslim things. Christians will be doing Christian things. Even Christians, you know, they will put the various breakdowns. And that is why when you are a leader, you speak for the association and not for the partisan interests you represent. And near Empire, you know, say a segment led by the president of the Ghana Bar Association, Efua Gati, Joe Gati Neyire. Etimiko say President Mahama should reinstate. They should stop the trial of then the prosecution and now the trial and now the formation of the committee of the now removed Chief Justice. Then I was shocked. Namimu abubu. Because we almost say the law is the law. Now the law is the law edi ye juma. Na mo say yamfa law no enye juma bi yamfa ntonchene. Then we can come and work. How are you going to work? Sure. And the worst, I couldn't have subtracted myself from the comment say, it is time for Sophia Akufu to resign. You are a member of the Council of State. Petitions in the buy, no. President, as we are told by Akufo-Addo, is just a conveyor belt.
Yeah.
A conveyor at the Council of State. You are a member of the Council of State. Collective responsibility. Collective duty. In the Council of State, Eko Jwemuno, almost say prima facie case for her. Go, Mr. President, we give you the go ahead. Because I take up committee. You are no more a member of the Council of State. You don't believe in the collective decision and responsibilities of the Council of State. Enti yakoto aba, and I want to put it in a more practical sense. Yakoto aba. Me PNC. Na yendi nkunimti. I say that there is no president of Ghana.
No, it doesn't work like that.
How can I subtract myself from the fact that a president has been chosen?
Yeah.
Or a movement of change, or for change. Alan Cheremanti and the president. Now, which I say, there's no president in the Republic of Ghana.
No.
So, as we speak, all of us are enjoying to respect the one man we call president. That is all about it. It is a Council of State meetings. Now, ye jina ma kochire ma adwina we achire adwina na ye ba beto say ye hwan na jina himfa na ye to aba no wi a that becomes the decision of the Council of State and must be respected by everyone. Into how come that the council took a decision, referred the matter to the president constituted a committee. Then you start speaking from opposite direction. So if you know that you cannot be part of the decisions or you cannot stand with the decisions of the Council of State, you ought to move.
Okay.
You ought to move. The Council of State, you were not elected. You didn't go there as an institutional representative.
Yeah.
I bet Miaka say former Chief Justice. You went there because President Mahama thought that you are a statesperson. You can contribute your mind. Not much, I mean, you have to advise.
Yeah.
So what advice did the Council of State give President that you are subtracting yourself from? 2, lawyers say that don't work with the law. The overall law is the Constitution of Ghana. Constitution says a petition neighbor President on Farmer Council of State. The Council of State now almost say they can identify an issue for the Chief Justice to answer. Mr. President, yeah, the amount now what constitute committee. Committee, only 2 of them will be judges. The other 3 members are non-judges. Bako and Omokofa Attorney General and Omakan. They went into the matter. And clearly, they brought their report to the president. Report and they say, Mamino, wafumso. Inti, Mr. President, yenti minjina enkase mamino yene ejuma. So consequently, the president was enjoined by the committee's report to act. Inti sada na no say, Mami, wejuma no untimin twaso. You come and say that the president should not do that. Say, the removal of a corrupt Chief Justice is an attack on our democracy. The removal of, your friend is saying, a Chief Justice that is full of nepotism is an attack on our democracy. Anti-corruption is not an attack on democracy. Nepotism and favoritism is not an attack on democracy. So if you are looking at the elements that actually cripple democracy, then you count corruption as one. You count nepotism, favoritism, and above all, incompetence. Was the Chief Justice removed? Ghana was sitting on a very difficult turn. I was vying to become president of Ghana. The Electoral Commission dismissed me unjustly. Medical quarter, the Chief Justice is the head of the court. The matter got to the Supreme Court. Justices have to be empaneled speedily. So that made me whether I'm continuing with my campaign or I'm not continuing with my campaign. It took them 5 weeks. Leaving just barely 2 weeks for election before they empaneled the court to sit on my case. Abraham a person member of my opinion. And worse is that in the judgment that came, the pronouncement of Justice Tanko, and they said, Mr. Monarh, you are young. Your presidency is in future. Hear me. And I sat down and said, so now the court determines who should become president and at what age. And the people of Ghana will not determine whether omo pemi ana omo pemi. Court na ekoka say, oh, you are young, inti mum obetimi atwen. It was not about whether the law is the law. It was about that I should give way for others to contest. This happened under Tokono. Oh yeah, no, DNAC. When the Chief Justice finished, oh yeah, no. Tie. This same Chief Justice, Apenyo Markins. You remember the case of, say, my majority walked out of Parliament?
Yes.
On the budget statement.
Yeah.
And the Speaker of Parliament declared that the budget has been rejected because the minority side stood in Parliament and they voted. Apenyo Markins went to court. Odru Court, 10:30. 12 o'clock, the Chief Justice was able to gather 5 judges, including herself, to sit down on the matter. 10:30 now, Apenyo Markins echo court, even filing the processes alone.
Yeah.
But by 12 o'clock, the Chief Justice assembled the case.
Wrap it up, man.
Or see, they should go back to Parliament. They cannot hold government to ransom. Chief Justice became so impartial no, became so partial in determining this matter. Now, menka sika na odi tuya ne ma omo holidays, expenses and what have you know. But I'm just talking about her gross incompetence, no?
Yeah.
That one alone is a cause for her removal. Now, your fair procedure need a yinedia. Then there's now irrelevant Ghana Bar Association that has lost all the respect that we used to give accord it. Kabaluba. No. Attorney General, if there is anything that I can say, is that you spoke to the heart of the matter. Nakachiromo said, being a leader of the Ghana Bar Association does not mean that you know the law. The law is the law.
The law. All right. Mama Shana. And so can woman dream wahapana. Kobe, say good morning, yeah. AG indeed exposed the naked bias of the Ghana Bar Association. I agree with Hope Senador, yeah. And Bernard Kofi Amponsa, say she should return the Achimota land as well. Okay, so for Yakufudena, oh okay, or Achimota as
Now we name omo ye. Achimota mamente oni ye. Achimota asase. Government say they are releasing part of the land to the allodial owners. Yeah. How to even identify who the allodial owners became a problem. Until they identify the family to give the title to Frenil and Tevandapoy. Or say Nana and all the Achimota area no edibaye. So there couldn't have been an allodial owner to his exclusion. But much be. Now, Nipada Amodi Amano, they are supposed to sell and they cannot sell into Oman Kasa assign Aji, baby almost they are giving to the people, no, at all. So they give it to the people and now get to the people and buy it.
Wow.
And then they are now selling it at different and high priced. Go and check.
And then patch on or that one. All right, I say, Commander.
Yes.
Young Ramway now, me sure said 31st January 2026, bedroom the natchez and some about Krum Hanet also pa because that time no natchez say.
Then people go.
And Fene, Siciene, I just say, baby, I'll be able to put your codie. Say, Yabetum. Me summarize Neja. Oh, they are one free by Neja. What me come yet, Dr. Baumia Esre Boniface. Say appointees, president, that is Nana Akufo-Addo, including Ono, vice president Baumia, any ministers in now, Omoye Ghana for Bonnie, in Tiana for ever on Bonnie, and Chawomo. Adechi na Dr. Duchum say, Sawo Cabonia. How dear when I say economy no may my medication me ye. Oh, and some dear baby boo brucha amateur say and yasem ketwa. They say Bonecano, Edwin Pepper so be I hear OS you grab any interest because Obiso about me so no come 300 pickups. They say you can pick up any boy scanunya wa here next investigation baby. Obiso also hotel be now so person just and somebody there. We are friend Roman for Bonica.
Madam for Solomo.
Solo good morning.
What's his sinners? And they are Kwakushia. They are Kwaku, the chief sinner. I will not be there anymore. Because, or sinners because.
Yeah.
You say 10 cents of Canadian Japan. You say another 20 cents of bread champoma. I do chum there, Matisse say 80. Oh, Obia dear, so near 80 says you know, almost a boniface.
I bow me as a farm.
Now you see, bow me on. Oh, you're too desperate.
Oh,
Mena make a show. A desperation or the yes, I don't know. Share yet to about the year. Oh, say, Omoko.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, Tom.
Yeah, and one more real Muchaso.
A coupon to the ye saying, oh, yeah, we cry one can't me. we na ye say wa anye say we anye say chese obia eje ne de ono pe ana no ye right e wo ho no ono wanga say oh ana main vice president kra me so media ye say ana bia this adu eba one famba
no so on count one do no dimate
sir o si o dimate na ade no
first year man ma
ana se ringe jaga che no ye ko pra ko ja so prestia ana magazine for yesterday ma
no so they are ben boy
ana mo ka sanse mo nyina na mo de nam ana mo de ko na ba wo mia yes smart say o tunu grofo no gum no mo twitwa manfo a peni ba ko be respond pe no akogina ho oh it should be contest of ideas be there be support to atem didie oboa ono anesuma omo no mo yes ade miracle your spokesperson okokota ba bi no okasati ampenifo a eye hwan ne kokan ye wo fi say enye wa no decision be no ateki kede japo omo ye campaign mo abrantie bi ki kansem fa mpenifo no wa yi na fi the campaign mo that should tell you nipa awoye wono ene ye genuine person se wo kana wono abeka akire ba se wo kwakọ hye obi achi ama na gu nkrofo hu fi ni ade no wonye
ono obefesiu
ba umi antisa wotase boko no opiamo na moye sase mu okoka ye na enye genuine asani wo se ka asem no kra no enye genuine wo koi na asami ogumu ka chense wo de okwa ka che Ghana for say mo so watch your video na wo de say that no say kasa na mo fanche yen mo say do kind ni so I don't know say
someone in the draw 20 o yes say I know akai
ade na o ye fanche o ade wo gina on say we perform better we ave de biem obi a wa perform better no ave de body biem a wo ba besre na sa body can you say body fanche o say there ya okay nyina no and too late I come this is not the time January no more January February March e honum na ka che Ghana for say Ghana for say di mo boni look boni ni bi ni say
oh so kan boni ni bi on
make bi boni ni bi ni say ya di power amount no afa dollar e wo 4 cedis na de kokoja no 17 cedis boni ba kono boni ni bi ni say na a whole gallon of petrol 16 cedis now we did 1 liter e kokodru e ko 20 something grand bar for